Welcome everyone. We had some technical errors. We are on the beach. It is such a beautiful day. Mike. And we are so excited to be here and talk about how to break free and live your highest potential. So, yes, I think that you're going to get a lot of deep wisdom and practical applications here to use in your own life. My special guest today is Sri Sudarshan, leader and owner at SKYLIGHT Yoga, teacher of wisdom, and is here to give us some useful tips on how we can live deeply and profoundly in our daily lives. Yes.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Let's help. Let's share.
Let's share.
Let's
yeah.
empower.
We are out here and it's a bit windy, so deal with us. But it's December and we are in some gorgeous weather, so we can't complain at all.
A little blessed radiance on our skin.
Yes. I wish everyone could feel how this feels right now. It's really amazing.
Truly being warmed from the inside.
Yes, absolutely. He's going to drop some deep nuggets of wisdom we can apply to our daily lives.
You know, we bring truckloads, Milan, no nuggets.
Right, exactly. I'm just trying to see the chat, but I can't really see.
What happens, what's shared, what gets shared in this live is to be assimilated with humor, with fun.
Yes.
Because with profund, it comes practicality as well as humor. Laughter is very important.
Yes, exactly.
Love.
Yes. And that this makes everything a lot more easy to digest too when we bring laughter into it.
As we do.
Right. I think we'll get started, yeah?
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's get started. Let's get started with our first question will be, what do you believe is one of the main reasons that people do not live up to their fullest potentials in life?
Oh, what a question.
It's a deep question.
Powerful
right?
question, really.
Yes.
Powerful question.
We have things like people deal with unworthiness, doubts, their own sufferings. But what in your professional and wisdom teachings have you come across that can help people?
Why do people not live up to their full potential in their lives?
Yeah.
Well, starting is what you're taught. Woo! I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but that guy gave us a blessing.
Yeah, a bird flew like really close to us here.
She's a blessing. Okay, so starting from very birth, from childhood, what we've been taught, how we've been educated. Do you still remember what you were taught in grade school, elementary school? Do you still remember what you're taught in high school? I do. And so those ideas are put in the mind at a very early age. So if we're talking about living our full potential, first with parenting and children, like this society is made up of what? Human beings like you and me. Where do we come from? Our parents. So how we create our culture in our society, in our world, it starts with proper guidance. This is the beginning of all endeavors and all journeys is proper guidance.
So if you're a parent, that would be good to know, right?
That's right.
But if that, so parents out there, yeah, that's good wisdom right there, to know that. But what if, let's say, you're an adult and you're trying to live your fullest potential now?
Individuals. So for individuals' sake, 3 things. The beginning, the commencement of the journey.
Okay.
The movement.
Okay. The movement.
The means, the methods.
The methods, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the goal.
Your end goal.
The outcome, the result.
Okay, outcome, result.
So those 3 pieces of the puzzle.
Okay.
Must have your ducks in a row, as they like to say.
Okay.
Seagulls in a row.
All right.
How you start. So what is your goal? my goal is to do blank, right? Because you
Okay.
want to live your full potential. It's not the same for everyone. Everyone has different ideas and dreams and
Right.
aspirations.
Exactly.
You know, if you're in the spiritual path and your aspiration is for self-realization, for enlightenment,
Right.
in the practical world, you have different types of goals and so what you would like to focus on. So that's the goal, number 3. How you get there, the movement, number 2.
Okay.
And the beginning, number 1, Milan, so important, is
Okay.
how you start, what intention you start with,
I like that.
who you start with,
Uh-huh.
how you start.
Okay.
It all will go out. I mean, when you're building a home, what do you do first? The foundation, right?
Right. Okay, the
That's
foundation.
how you start.
So what if someone is feeling stuck? What if they're feeling doubtful? How can they kind of
Move through the doubt.
before they get to that foundation?
All right, dispel the doubts. Number 1 is satsanga, which is a good association.
Okay, well,
Good association means to be gathered with truth seekers, people who elevate your mind.
okay, so surround
Yes.
yourself with people like what you are trying to
That's right.
achieve. Okay.
Not only that, but people that are going to assist you in elevating your own mind, not just at the same level, but
of course.
of a loftier mentality.
Yes, right. So
That's
that
very
itself
important.
propels you.
That's the most important thing when
Okay.
you're wanting to dispel doubts,
Okay.
is to be associated with light, with knowledge, with truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what if your mind, right? So your mind, how do you kind of tackle something that you might be feeling that's just your own limiting self?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a meditation or certain
Meditation is going to clear up the garbage, the trash. The meditation, like I say, is to take out the garbage in your basement of your subconscious and your unconscious.
I like that.
All right,
I like
so
that. That's really good.
many purposes and many techniques, so many techniques. But what is the skillful and inspired way in which you practice meditation is most important.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to sit for meditation and your goal or your outcome you'd like is to remove doubts,
Okay.
is to have the removal of doubts, as you said.
Right. I feel like that's sometimes a limiting belief of why people don't reach
Their potential,
Right.
They doubt themselves.
Yes. There's a lot of they self-negative talk themselves and things like that. Yeah.
So what is meditation going to do for you, Milan? First is you're going to hear all those.
Right.
You're going to hear.
So you're really going to go into it instead of avoiding it.
So important.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot about these techniques where you're actually going into the problem, and a lot of times it's, my own personal story is sometimes like why I've been dealing with something and you feel like it's a monster and you're trying to hide from it, but the moment you actually can just look at it, and sometimes that's all it needs is for you to look at it, and it sort of loses its power over you. It's amazing. It just wants this like recognition somehow or another.
What you're just exactly describing is meditation. They just perfectly describe meditation, which you're seeing the contents of your mind. Mm-hmm. But what is, more specifically...
But you're not scared of it.
You're not scared of it because you are pure consciousness.
Right. Yes. Okay.
That which you hear in your mind and the thoughts and
Right.
all the doubts and whatnot are the objects of consciousness. So these are always going to come and go, the objects, what you're aware of. But what does not change and what is unaffected by the objects is pure awareness. So that
Yes.
is meditation.
Wow, and it's constant. Like meditation
Very.
doesn't just have to be you, like, closing your eyes in deep
Stern.
space. Yeah, meditation can just happen meditation can happen in, like, as you're walking, as you're going through your day, if you wake up in the morning, you're resting. I feel meditation happens all the time. It's not like this cliche is like, oh, I'm sitting and I'm meditating. It's not. Doesn't have to be that way. You get deep insights all day long, right? If your mind is in a space of openness and awareness.
One of the most, I think the most important thing you just mentioned is meditation can happen. Meditation can happen, period. Okay, because when you sit down for meditation sometimes, I'm going to sit for meditation for my personal practice.
Uh-huh.
Today I'm going to meditate for 1 hour. Ends up being a 15-minute practice.
Because why is that?
Today, I want to meditate for just 15 minutes. Ends up being 1 hour. Okay, so when you sit, you cannot be attached to the outcome.
Okay, so that alleviates people from the stress they may feel if they can't get into meditation. Some people feel like they're not getting it and they can get frustrated. But yeah, so
you get attached to that outcome, which is to be desired. If one thing is to be desired, it's to have a mastery over your own mind, over your own body. If that is so, that desire. But when you're sitting for meditation, like we were mentioning before, you are watching, you are witnessing.
Right.
Watch a movie, play out. Movie is happening in here.
Yeah. And the movie, the great thing is the movie's on the screen, you know it's not going to hurt you. Same thing as if you're facing a fear, you're facing a doubt. It's kind of like something on a screen, maybe.
The best, one of my favorite analogies, Milan, is the screen and the projector.
Talk to that.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
Great. I love that. The
screen and projector is such a clear,
it's very visual
insight into the mind and meditation, spirituality, living your highest potential. All right, so the screen is the very basis of all the thoughts and all the projections. The screen upholds all of it, all the drama.
Okay.
Your movie, the dream movie,
okay,
the lack of a movie.
Okay.
What I've just described as the waking state, the dream state, and the deep sleep state.
Yes.
All are upholded by the screen. The projections. So projections are your thoughts. Projector is the mind.
Projections are your thoughts.
Projector is the mind.
And the projector is the mind.
And the screen is the reality upon which the thoughts in the mind are projected.
All right, let's say that again.
Yeah.
Great.
So this is one of the most important things you can understand in your life. What is happening at every moment? This is happening every day, every moment.
Right. Yes, always, whether you're sleeping or not, right?
Whether you're meditating or not meditating.
All right. Okay, great.
No matter where you go.
Okay.
This is the reality.
Give it to us again.
Okay. Screen is the basis of life. Screen is the base, is the reality, is the what we call the substratum. Substratum means the underlying reality. That which needs no other support is the screen.
So is it like a movie screen?
That's correct. We're describing the movie screen analogy.
Okay.
Cinema show, projector, exactly.
Right, okay.
You are watching a projection. You're watching a drama play out.
Okay.
And I know what you're going to say first is that, no, the drama's here. I'm reacting to so many things in the world. Where are they happening? Remember, consciousness and objects of consciousness. Where is the consciousness? You are that consciousness, otherwise what else would you be talking about?
Right, okay, so one of the best ways for some people don't really get consciousness. So your consciousness, so if you're dead, then you're unconscious, right? If you're conscious, you have a conscious awareness of your life, right? So that's one of the easiest ways, I think.
Another easy way is where you are having the experience.
Where? Okay, explain.
Where is the experience happening but in your consciousness?
Okay.
Just like awareness. Why do we call it consciousness? Why do we call it awareness? This is without awareness, without consciousness, would you have life?
That's what, yeah, exactly.
Would you have a body? Would you have a mind? No! It is all due to consciousness.
Right.
So pure consciousness.
It's just not visible.
That's right, and that's where meditation's going to lead you. That's where all of your spiritual work is going to lead you.
Yes, it's something we don't see, but it's just like how you have the subconscious mind and you have the conscious mind. It's the same sort of thing, right?
It's very important that you bring up that we don't see it.
Yeah.
But it is by which we see. Melan. We don't see consciousness, but only through consciousness can we see.
That's brilliant.
That's a Sudarshan little nugget for you, okay?
Awesome. That is great. All right. We're just having fun out here, having this like conversation. It's like kind of like we go through these conversations all the time. So, it's kind of like we decided to share it with you guys today.
Also I want to bring up here right now at this moment that we stand, all teachers, on the backs of giants. I'll make sure you heard that. We stand on the backs of giants. We stand on the shoulders of spiritual giants who have walked this earth before us.
Yes.
So all the truckloads of wisdom that you will hear in this live is because simple human beings decided to apply these teachings. Instead of letting them go in one ear and out the other,
Yes.
they decided to embody them, to live them, to create us the highest potential.
Yes.
They broke free of every fetter, so when they reached that pure consciousness, pure awareness, in humility they decided to share it with the world. That's what we're doing right now.
Okay, perfect. Yes. And hopefully we are inspiring.
When we
and
are in the
sharing.
middle
Yes.
of our projector cinema show analogy. So
yes,
that we've
right.
covered now consciousness.
Okay.
Full on, all right?
Okay, good.
Projector is the mind, and
Okay.
thoughts are this drama. The
Okay.
drama depiction happening on the screen.
Okay, so your thoughts. Okay, so the projection is your reality. Is that it?
Projections
Okay.
are the thoughts, and they change, right? Because
Right.
just like in the cinema, in a cinema show in a movie, when you're watching a movie, it's actually frame by frame.
Right.
Okay, so you
Okay.
of all people would know that.
Right.
So frame by frame, there's a space in between the frame,
Yes.
but it's happening so fast.
Yes.
You cannot see that space. In that space, pure consciousness is revealed.
Repeat that for me. Sorry.
Frame by frame,
Mm-hmm.
projections are being projected onto the screen.
Mm-hmm.
In a
Your
movie.
movie screen,
It's a movie
right.
screen in a
Mhm.
cinema show.
Okay.
It's actually frame by frame that you are seeing, but it's going so fast
Huh.
that
okay.
you cannot detect. The mind is not able to detect that small space, which is actually existent.
That small
which-
space you said.
Small space in
Uh-huh,
between
uh-huh.
the projections,
Okay.
in between the images which are being projected on the screen. It exists. It is absolutely the truth. There is space between your thoughts. But because they go so fast,
Okay.
you think it's a stream that you have no control over.
But you do.
But you do. A lot is here. We are here to say you do
You
have
do
the
have
control.
control.
And the best methods
Mm-hmm.
of regaining that control.
Which is all we want to do, so we don't get into this constant negative reactions to our thoughts. Because I feel like the root of a lot of this, why we don't fulfill our highest potentials, we're caught up in negative reactions a lot, and that can go on for a day, a week, a month, pretty soon years, pretty soon half your life. It's kind of sad.
Or is that?
So
Pobre.
getting a grip of or some kind of control over our negative thoughts and negative thought patterns, and some space
is
vital.
meditation.
Vital.
Number one technique, number one practice, number one method to do that is meditation.
To get the space.
To first experience that there is space.
Okay.
Because in the beginning, like for beginners, very practical insight here, is that when you sit in the beginning, when you're starting a meditation practice, or you've already had your day and you've come home from work and you're really stressed, you carry on that tension, you want to meditate. What you're going to notice first are the contents of the mind. You're first going to notice the projections.
All the sounds around
All the drama.
Okay.
You're just going to notice what's all been packed into this mind and
Okay.
then put in the basement.
So what if someone doesn't want to face that, and then they're very scared to face that? Right? Like
Well,
that's what we're talking in the beginning about.
The first thing you must get over is fear.
So how do they do that?
Like, okay, satsanga and guidance. Two things we mentioned in the beginning. Good association, to be surrounded, to be in the company of those who are fearless.
Okay.
Okay, number one, and guidance, number two, to get through your fear. But first, then the
Also,
example
just
here.
like I said, looking it straight in the eye.
That's right.
Like there was a time where I was going through a breakup, and I was really angry and upset, and I felt this like fierce fire just ripping through my body, and I was just like, and it was getting right through me, and I just thought, like, let it just come through me. let it just rip right through me, because nothing can destroy me. I am,
You are
infinite.
indestructible.
Yes. And once I did that, it was amazing. It was like I just felt this release and this like calmness, and I felt it go. I felt the release of it, and I felt like I was free of it just by letting it go through me, instead of constantly fighting and fighting it and fighting it and resisting it and resisting it. I was able to just like let myself go, like, fine, just like come through me. And once it did, it was like gone. I never saw it again, never came back. It was amazing. I was like, that was a deep awakening moment for me.
That is a very great example, of real world example
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Another real world example is when I was learning the headstand for the first time, like over 10 years ago.
This guy can headstand on concrete.
All
It's
right.
insane.
Learning the headstand, I didn't know how to do it. So
Okay.
I'm here at an ashram in India,
Uh-huh.
and the first pose they wanted to teach us was the headstand. I'm like,
The first one?
the very first one.
Man.
And I'm coming here from the West, and I'm like, sorry, we don't go right in the headstand. So we warm up to the headstand.
What was going through your mind at that time?
I'm like, impossible.
You're like, I'm gonna leave now.
Wait, do these thoughts not go through your mind when you encountered a fear and
Right.
some challenge and
Right. I love it. Real world experience here. Great.
So I said impossible, and you said, oh my God, I'm gonna leave, run away from it. So first is acknowledge that this is going to happen. Like,
Okay.
I'm here at this
Acceptance.
ashram. Accept it. I'm here at this ashram. I have 12 teachers around me who are. What are this purpose? Is to bring you to your highest potential.
Oh, right. Exactly.
To help you break free from what is fettering you up and chaining you up.
That he believes that you can do it.
That's why that's why satsanga, good association, to be accompanied by truth, and truth teacher and truth seeker is incredibly important.
That's why also they say, like, if you want to be really great at something, that have a master of it, or a coach of that, and like if you want to be a great tennis player, you get a tennis coach. It's the same idea, right?
If you want to be a chef,
the association you're talking about, right?
Who do you learn from? You learn from a head chef.
Right. Yeah. Right. Good. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we're cooking up a meditation stew here.
Yes, we're breaking it down.
Okay.
We're breaking
So,
it down.
Where were we? We were at the headstand. So first I say, okay, yeah, I signed up for this. I want to break free
oh
from
gosh, no way.
Yeah, no, we're good. I want to break free.
That's not good. We're gonna have to.
Oh no, we're cool. We're still live. Don't worry. No fears. Here we go. And you want to break free. I said I want to break free. That's why I've showed up. Okay. First pose you're gonna learn is the headstand. Resistance. Nah. Why don't we do some other pose that helps us, build up to that, warm up to it? You will doubt the teacher even. Teacher has experience. Teacher has wisdom. You'll even start to doubt the teacher in the beginning.
Right.
Teacher is having so much experience behind their wisdom that they share.
Okay. How do you persevere through that experience real quickly, because we're running out of battery.
Yeah, that's right.
We're running out of battery, unfortunately.
That's
here.
okay.
Yeah.
There's so much in this already.
Yes.
So replay it and replay it and
replay it.
get everything.
That's true, because we did condense a lot of information here.
One question she asked me.
We're gonna have to do a repeat, because I have 4 other questions for him. But maybe later this week, if we can find him again, we'll do it. But we had to test a lot, and it took up the battery.
So resistance will be there, but trust. Oh my goodness, trust is so important when you are truly, sincerely, and genuinely after a higher potential, or you are aiming at breaking through barriers, blockages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Trust the teacher who's there for that purpose on this planet, And trust yourself.
And trust yourself.
Trust
yourself the most. Like, like I like what you said about meditation. And I used to compete tennis. I think I've mentioned this to some of my viewers if you've been listening to me. I competed in tennis tournaments on a competitive level. And, a lot of times I'd walk onto that court with a person that was twice the size I was, way more muscles, way better stats than I was. But I didn't let any of that enter my mind space. I stayed really kind of in a kind of like a meditative state. I played my favorite music. I was always like in the headphones. So I was kind of like, in that sense, like I was just not letting all of the fear and doubt in, because I knew I was going to, once I get in the court and once I start playing my game, I was going to get there. I was going to sink in, connect.
Trust in your own abilities. Trust in your practice.
Yes, trust in all the practice I had done.
Trust in your training.
And have fun, Honestly, sometimes, like, if you tell yourself have fun, you're gonna that's something. It takes out some of the edginess.
Takes out the tension.
Yeah.
And be more natural.
Yeah. And then when you're more relaxed, you can be great and amazing. Yeah.
Hey, do muscles work best when they are tense or when they are relaxed? You tell me. Okay. So it's a headstand.
Oh, right.
It's ranked as the king of asanas.
So how did you do it? Tell us real quick.
I just started practicing. That was what I was doing. I practice and practice. But what the teacher, I brought up this whole story to share this. The headstand is the king of asanas. Why? Because it just has pages and pages of benefits.
Okay. But how did you do it?
But I didn't know anything about the headstand.
Nor
did I have the knowledge of how to do it. And the teacher said, if you want to practice the headstand, the first thing you must get rid of is fear.
That's right.
He goes, it's not about how you measure, which part of your head you put all these are important. Measuring, shoulders distance, which part of your head and skull put you, abdominal engagement, none of that. He mentioned number one, you must lose your fear if you want to do this pose.
Lose your fear.
In 3 days, I did the pose. So,
wow.
3 days.
Amazing.
Can be 3 years.
Yeah.
Just move forward. All right. So number one was the beginning. Fearless intention.
Okay.
Start.
Fearless
begin.
intention. Begin.
With guidance. With support.
With guidance and support.
Okay. Number two, your movement, your experience. Let it be relaxed. Let it be fun. Let it be spontaneous. You'll more natural, as her tennis example.
Yes.
In the learning of the headstand, there's effort. There's
willingness.
There's strength, and then there's success, and there's failure. You cannot be shaken off your course.
Right.
Firmness on the course. Perseverance, steadfastness.
Yes.
And the goal just comes by a product of the first two. It comes naturally from the first two.
Wonderful. Yes. All right. I think we covered a lot of in-depth.
I said a truckload. No nuggets here. We only get truckloads.
Shiploads.
Shiploads. Good one.
Right. Yes. So anything else? Any other last words you want to leave? I mean, he can talk for like ever. He's just he's a channel of this wisdom that we can all learn from. Living deeply and profoundly. I really like how that resonates with someone, because it's almost like pulls you up automatically to do your best, right? To live in that deeply and profoundly. And that leads to how do you breaking free of your own limitations to live to your fullest potential. So living deeply and profoundly, how amazing. It's just a simple statement, but this is what he teaches. It's amazing.
This is what we taught in this live.
Sri Sudarshan here, SKYLIGHT Yoga, leader and founder of SKYLIGHT Yoga. We're going to be tagging him in all the descriptions down below, and so tell people, like, how can they connect with you if they want to know more?
We have a beautiful website. I welcome you to move through that website, the skylightyoga.com website, as if it's your home that you've been invited to. This is the home of yoga, truly.
Yeah. Some people think yoga is just some asanas you do, but it's, really quickly tell them.
This is the essence. What you've just heard today,
yes.
This is the essence of yoga.
Right.
This is where all the poses all that. Don't move. This is where all that leads you, is your essential
Sorry.
nature, which is dripping in wisdom. Your soul.
But yoga involves, it's a whole life. It's a whole life of how you live. It's not just it's not just the asanas and the poses. So basically, that's what we're trying to say.
Here, a little teaser for you for the next time. Asanas, postures, stretching of yoga is 3.125% of yoga.
Wow.
I'm a mathematics and science person. We do the math. You take, if you're able to have all the vision of yoga, darshan means vision.
Yes.
If you can see all of yoga as it is, and you take just the asanas from it, just the poses, the stretches, that is 3.125%.
Yeah.
What we've talked about today is the rest of the 97%.
Wow, yes. It's
Okay.
amazing. His Gurudev teacher is 80 something years old.
90.
90, sorry, excuse me.
90.
And his mind is so sharp, and he will answer a 5-fold question after doing a 2-hour lecture. And it just blows your mind. It's like his mind is so beautiful. It's so
Enlightened? Yeah.
yeah.
No, we don't
I
use
want
the
to
word.
be like that. It's very inspiring.
We don't
I
use
want
the
to be
word
like that.
enlightened loosely. There's a word that gets thrown around a lot.
Right. But
She just-
to see someone's mind so intact at that age,
to experience-
it's absolutely mind blowing and beautiful.
Not only do our minds stay intact, but you have the potential to strengthen your mind as you get older.
Wow. Whew. Yes, let's do that.
That is the reality I am presenting you with, and that
Yes.
yoga presents you
That's
with.
what exactly. That's the real teaching of yoga. Actually.
This
Yeah.
skin will start to wrinkle. Teeth will start to chatter. Nerves, brain, shaky. Your mind can go on increasing in its power throughout
Wow.
your life.
That is where it's at right here. This is amazing. So we talk about profoundly living. Wow, deeply and profoundly
That's what
living.
Guru Dev, the teacher she mentioned, you'll find him on our Skylight Yoga website.
Yes. You can see for yourself.
He is these masters, these enlightened beings, selfless servants of humanity,
Yes.
are the shoulders upon which we stand.
Yes. That
So-
have all this wisdom to help guide us. We've just been distracted so much, especially by so many other things.
So take a look through the house. I've invited you to the skylightyoga.com website. Go through it as if you were being led through your best friend's house, your grandma's house, your mother's house. She's invited you so graciously in.
Okay.
Now go look throughout all the rooms. Because there's so many
right.
beautiful things to discover
There's
in this
yeah.
palace, in this mansion.
There is a lot of wisdom there on his site that you can see, and you can connect with Sri Sudarshan there, and you can train with him as well. He's an amazing, excellent, beyond teacher.
And thank you for this beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful gathering, Melan.
Yes,
Beautiful gathering.
Yes, we are very, very glad and very, very happy to have you on the Serene Awareness
I'm
channel.
so excited to
Yes.
keep watching the Serene Awareness channel.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
oh,
we are
oh.
bringing more and more amazing content on, so stay tuned. And we're trying to do more live sessions. This is our first real live session here with Sri Sudarshan. And thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Om Namaste.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. See you. All right. We can?
This X,
Yeah.
stop streaming.